I'm Nicole with SewGnar Sewing Patterns, and you are watching another video in the 2025 12 Days of Christmas Sewing Extravaganza. Today's video is very useful. It is something that I have had in my house for years. It is a gift that everybody loves to get. It is a great way to curate a gift for a friend because you get to specifically choose the fabric. And it is one of the very few videos on my channel that does not use any cork whatsoever. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a set of reusable napkins with a nice mitered corner. So I love this project because you can get a full set of napkins out of 1 yard of fabric. And the biggest, most important thing that you need to do prior to this project is you need to wash and dry your fabric. Because it is 100% cotton, it will have a natural inclination to shrink and change its shape whenever it is dried, especially on high heat. So go ahead and wash it in hot water and dry it on extra hot, so that way it does all the things that it's going to do prior to you cutting into it to get started on this project. Now, out of 1 yard, you can get more than enough napkins. You can get up to 9 napkins, but I do suggest, this is a little Easter egg, saving a little bit for tomorrow's project, because that project will go with this one and it'll be nice that they coordinate. So you can cut up to 6 napkins and then save the rest of the yard for tomorrow's video. And then if you decide you don't want to do tomorrow's video, then you can make the rest and then you'll have even more reusable napkins. All right, at any point, if you are enjoying the video, you know the drill. Hit the thumbs up, leave me a comment, and I will see you guys at the end. First things first, for these reusable napkins, we need to wash and dry our fabric. Now I'm using 100% cotton fabric and I have put it through the laundry in the most extreme case. So hot water and high heat. So that way it shrinks and it does all the things that fabric likes to do whenever it's laundered. Before we even cut and make our napkins out of it, I want to ensure that I'm not going to get any weird stretching or puckering once they've been in use for quite some time. So from a yard of fabric, you will cut out your squares. Now this size is a personal decision. I find that cutting my squares 12 inches wide by 12 inches tall, it equals a napkin that is about 10 by 10. And I think that that is the perfect size. I have smaller ones and I have really big ones. It's totally up to you. It's all personal preference. But if you cut 12 by 12 inch squares, you can get a decent amount out of 1 yard of fabric. In this tutorial, we will be doing a mitered corner napkin. So what this does is, through a couple of different folds, we are going to create this really nice angled corner here. And on the front, it makes for a nice finish. It just really, it's all kind of one easy step to create really nice crispy edge napkins. Now I do have a couple of other ways to make these. You can do double-sided napkins or standard fold under and top stitch. I do have videos on my channel as well for that type, but for today's video, we'll be doing mitered corners. All right, after you get your squares cut and you're ready to go, you want to give everything a good press. And I like to use steam for this just to get all of my big wrinkles out, and that I know that I have a nice even work blank. Now, if you want to use starch, you can certainly do that. If you want to use some sort of wash away stabilizer, you can also do that. All right, once you get your piece pressed, we're going to work from the wrong side up. And the first thing that we're going to do is fold over about 1/4 inch thereabouts and press all the way around all 4 edges. If you have one of these doodads, this is super helpful in getting a consistent press line, because you can move this guide here to make the fold as wide as you want. So you can move it to 1/4 inch, even 3/8 if you find that to be a little bit easier to work with. You can do whatever first fold you want to do within that. So I'm going to focus on about 1/4 inch. So I'm going to fold up my bottom edge, and then I'm going to use this ruler to ensure that my folded edge is consistent, because I want it to be consistent all the way around the entire napkin. All right, once you get that first fold under, we are going to make a couple of marks. We're going to measure up our edge. And this can be another decision that you make, but I can tell you what I am going to use. Now, the traditional way of doing a mitered edge would be after you create this first fold, then you create a second fold and you press, and then you make your marks. That's totally fine, and it makes for an easy, work situation. However, if you want to kind of cut a little corner here, I'm going to show you how I did it by alleviating a second round of folding and pressing, because I'll do that at the end. So I'm thinking if you're batch sewing, if you're making a ton of these, it might help to shave off just a little bit of time. So in order to get a 1/2 inch fold here, you're going to measure 1 inch from each edge and make a mark and then connect those marks. If you want a 3/4 inch fold here, you're going to measure 1.25, and so on and so forth. You can really play with the edge, this folded over edge of your mitered corner, and it could be whatever your preference is. Now, I like mine to be about a 1/2 inch, maybe even a little bit smaller. So I'm going to stick to a 1 inch measurement. So get a pen and a ruler. And what you're going to do is line up your 1 inch mark on the bottom folded edge here, and then mark it on your panel, and then repeat for this corner. And once you get to 2 marks, you're going to connect the dots. So at an angle, you're going to draw a line to connect those, just like that. Now work your way and do the remaining 3 corners. All right, once you get all those marks made, we are going to go to the machine, and what you're going to see me do is from the front side, so from the right side of the panel, I'm going to fold into my corners, and I'm going to line up my folded edges. Now, in theory, what should happen is this mark that we made here should line up with this mark here, and if it doesn't, you can slide it over until it does, and then we're just going to stitch right on top of that line that we drew, all the way back stitching at start and stop. We're going to do that for all 4 of our corners. Now I am using a size 18 needle and Tex 45 thread, and I lowered my stitch length from my normal 4.5, so I'm using a 3.5. So I'm just tightening that up a touch, and then I'm just going to stitch all 4 of my edges. All right, we're all stitched, and now what we want to do is trim down these corners here. We want to reduce our bulk as much as possible without stitching or without clipping into those stitch lines. So I'm doing kind of just like a scant 1/8 inch trim, and then I'm trimming all of my thread down and out of the way. Okay, next up, we need to flip right side out. So I'm just going to tuck the corners back toward the right side of the panel. And if you have something that's pointy but not sharp, this is a great time to use it. So a chopstick works well. And you're just going to poke those corners out to the best of your ability. Okay, so now it looks like a little tray, but now what we're going to do is we're just going to press down where these seams naturally want to lay, and in theory, they should be the exact same measurement as the stitches that we just did. Now, if you're anything like me, then you are imperfect, especially when it comes to straight lines. So if there's a little bit of give and sway, I think that that's fine. It adds to the character of these handcrafted items that you gift to people. So don't sweat it, okay? Just roll with it. If your corners aren't meeting up perfectly, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Nobody's gonna notice, okay? So just press it and keep it moving. Now this is probably the nicest one that I've made yet, and I've made several in practicing for this video. So if your corners are a little bit funky, don't worry, just keep going. And by the time you get to number 5, yours will look good. So once you get all of your edges pressed exactly where they need to be and everything is laying nicely, we're gonna go back to the machine. We're going to top stitch 1/8 of an inch from this inner folded edge. If you want to, you can also add a top stitch around the perimeter, but I do find that it is quite nice with a wide stitch length, or with a wide seam allowance and not the perimeter edge. But of course, everything is a personal decision and you do you, boo. Check out this cutie patootie. I love these little guys so much. I've been using reusable napkins for the better part of 15 years, and they are the perfect addition to any kitchen. At this point, I probably have, I don't know, 12 to 15 that are in constant rotation. And whenever they wear out, which takes many years, I just have a little napkin sewing session and re-up my supply. So whenever it's done, you can give it a nice press, and then I like to fold them into triangles like this. They fit into a napkin holder very nicely this way. I can fit lots, the aforementioned 12 to 15. And yeah, they're a perfect little gift set to hand to somebody or to give to somebody, especially for like a housewarming present, Christmas present. You could make so many other matching gifts like pot holders, aprons, placemats. You can really make a full coordinating kitchen set. And I think it's just the most darling gift that you could give somebody. All right, we have completed another video in the 2025 12 Days of Christmas video series. I hope that you enjoyed it. I love these little buggers. They really are useful. If you are not a household that uses reusable napkins, I promise, make yourself some and you will probably slowly incorporate them. We don't even have paper towels in our house anymore. We haven't for years and years and years because these little guys work for everything. You could even double side them with some terry toweling and then make reusable paper towels. So, just saying. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I know that my sister is going to love getting this gift because she has been asking me for a set of reusable napkins for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. And you know what, Caitlin? 2025 is your year. All right, guys, I'll see you back here tomorrow for another installment.